Hello, everyone. My name's Rebecca Lacey, and I will be doing a training for TravelJoy today. This is going to be a basics. Put in the chat if you already have TravelJoy, or if you're just looking to kind of see what it's about, so I kind of know how to gear this. Or you can unmute if you need to. Okay, so Tiffany, not sure. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be just sharing. I actually signed up for a second TravelJoy, so I'm not sharing all my client information. But I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what it is and how it can help your business. There are two popular ones that are being used to manage your business. One is TravelJoy, and the other is Travify. So you probably hear agents talk about one or the other of those. So basically, come on. TravelJoy is a management software for travel agents. What it can help you do is manage your contacts. It can help you design proposals and itineraries and book trips. You can send your clients invoices, and that includes like the credit card authorization. You can collect payments from your clients, and then also you can message back and forth with your clients. So. Okay, the first thing that I am going to show you is I'm going to show you how to get help. So if you decide to sign up for TravelJoy, it is a monthly subscription. I was able to find some coupons online. I think I typed in Google, I Googled TravelJoy coupons, and I got the first 2 months for half off. You can pay yearly. I'm not sure what it is yearly, but it is $30 a month. So let me go into my TravelJoy, and where is it? Okay. All right, so this is what TravelJoy looks like. Can everyone see my TravelJoy screen? Yes. Sometimes I'm not sure if the screen's actually showing or not. Okay. So TravelJoy has a help, and this is actually where I went to because I was very confused when I came in here. So this is the first place that you can go. You do get a 7-day trial if you want to sign up and play around with it. And at the end of 7 days, they won't let you in it anymore. And then you can decide to pay for it or not. I went to the help center, and my first place I went was to watch their on-demand webinars and tutorials. So that's definitely where I recommend. They'll lead you through some of the basics. I am going to kind of show you the basics today, but every time I come in here, I have to remember how to do things. So that's kind of where I recommend you start. They also have articles if you like to read. You can also sign up for, I believe, where is it? Let me go back a second here. Okay, so here's all the ways that you can get help. They have office hours where you can attend one of their live webinars. There's a community hub, and then you can actually contact them and set up a 15-minute phone support session as well. So, okay. Oops. Okay, so the first place I want to start is to show you what the dashboard does for you. The dashboard actually is where all your interactions take place. Now, you don't see any clients on here for me right now because I accidentally deleted the one that it sets up for you when you sign up for them. That'll put you in as an individual client. The one thing that you'll notice is that you can book individual trips or you can book group trips. I am not going to cover group trips today because there's a lot involved in that. And I haven't spent a lot of time doing that yet. So I know are videos out there if you decide that you want to use that option. So your dashboard is going to consist of, these are filters up here. So you can filter by the stage that your trip is in. All will show any trip in any stage as long as it's active. So you've got active and archives. So once a trip completes, you can actually archive it. Inquiry, follow-up mode, whether the proposal's been sent, whether you get a proposal, once you get the proposal approved, what trips have been booked, which clients have departed, and which clients have returned. So that's one of the filters. And then the second filter, we're going to go back to all here, is waiting on. And who is the next action waiting on is basically what that means. So is it waiting on me? Is the client waiting on me to do something? Am I waiting on the client to do something? Or am I waiting on information to come back from a supplier? Also at the top here, and I do not recommend doing anything with editing the stages until you kind of understand the flow of how TravelJoy works. So I have left mine by default the way they have them set up. But this can help you automate things. They have certain automations already set up, which are pretty standard. And then on the left-hand side over here is what we call the navigation pane. And the navigation pane is, you can create a trip, a group, or a client. You can set up tasks. You can look at the calendar, and what I like about the calendar is the calendar will show you in different colors what trips are coming up. It'll tell you client birthdays. It will put your tasks on the calendar for you. So if you like to look at things in a calendar format, it's all right here for you. And there is a place that you can change it, the colors, but different things are in different colors. And here's your contact list. Right now, I'm the only person in there. This is your contact list. It's going to tell you, these are all the clients that you've either, booked trips for or just have had inquiries from. Your templates. Now, this is where the mechanics of it all happens. So you have various templates, and I'll cover these towards the end and as we go and create a trip. You've got emails, confirmations, forms, and you can use the default forms that they have, or you can create your own. You've got invoices, signature. What do you want your signature to look like? Your task list, and then terms and conditions, different templates for terms and conditions. You also have reports. So when you start getting commissions and sales, that information will be here. There is a funds option, and I haven't used it yet, but I think if you start to actually sign up with TravelJoy to get direct payments from them, you can also use this where you can collectively put funds and then pay for things out of that. It's typically used for groups. I haven't used it yet. It also has a gift card option. And then down here under settings is where all of your setup to make it look like yours happens. So you can put a profile picture in here. You can put your agency info in here. You know, tie it to your website, your agency name, phone number. So if I just here, and then I don't typically put my address. And then my website. So that's where you would personalize that information. Okay. Sorry. All right, automation. This is where you can tell it to automatically send stuff out or just manually. I don't recommend changing that again until you get an understanding of what how it all works. Direct payments, this is what I was talking about, is you can actually sign up with TravelJoy and you don't have to use Square. You can use TravelJoy to actually accept payments. And then
if you keep asking me, you're not going to throw it away.
It can get deposited into your bank account. But you do have to sign up for that. And then here is where you would set up your calendar. You can also set up your email and what you want it to look like, because right now I'm sending as Rebecca Lacey, and then it comes up from messaging at TravelJoy. But in my actual site, I have it set up under my custom domain. This is your invoices, just some setup for invoices. Oh, your membership, charging, how you want your security, if you want two-factor authentication, if you have Teams, which you don't probably, and then trip photos. So this is basically just a list of like cover photos that they have out here for you to use, and you can add as you go so that with your trips for your different clients, you can make it look specific to the client. So, okay. All right, so let me just talk real briefly about the inquiry stage of your trip. Hold on. Okay, let's just start by saying that I get a phone call from someone and they're wanting to book a trip. So you can collect their information one of two ways. So the first thing that I kind of want to show you is how to add the client and then send them an inquiry form. Okay. So I'm going to go, I'm just going to go up here because you can do everything from this main screen. I'm going to go create a client and I'm going to put in Minnie Mouse. Okay. I'm going to give her my email address so that we can look to see what goes on. And then I don't have her phone number right now. So, okay. So then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go back to the contacts. And you can display your contacts either this way or this way, whichever you prefer. So now I need to send Minnie an inquiry form because I need more information from her. So I don't want to send her the profile update form because that just asks her like her preferences for flights and ask for passport information and that kind of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send her a client message. And when you interact with any client, all your messages go in a thread. So this, what you're looking at, is basically like a thread of text messages or an email thread. It just happens to be inside of the client's file inside of TravelJoy. Now this is, I want to create a form. You can type anything you want here, but I'm not going to just send her a direct message. I want to attach a form. So I'm going to go out over here and select form. Yeah. And what this is going to do is it's going to default to the client inquiry form. So I could change which form I'm sending to the client by selecting from here. But I want the client inquiry form, and it's the default one that TravelJoy has set up. I can preview what that's going to look like before I send it to the client. So this is what TravelJoy's default form looks like, and I will show you how to modify it and make it your own. Okay, so now that we know what the form looks like, we can review the email, and you can type whatever you want in here. This doesn't have to be, this is just a suggested text. And then what I can put anything I want in here. So extra details for your trip to Las Vegas. Okay. So now I'm going to send that email. And that's going to be actually in this client's message thread. Now, let me real quickly go over and show you what the client received. So the client received something from me that says, need from you a few extra details for your Las Vegas trip. And this is what the client sees. And then they can view the trip and fill out the information. So she said she wants to go to Las Vegas, the 31st. Through the 4th. Are your dates flexible? St. Louis to moderate rest, adventure activities, and might need a car rental. Okay. So the client can fill in the details, and then they can submit the form, or if they prefer, they can also ask a question. So you might get a response back from the client rather than the form being submitted. They will have sent you back a question. But for now, I'm going to submit the form. And then the client will receive this message. And then we go back to here. And I get a notification in my email saying, I can get to my email, that Minnie Mouse has updated her profile. So I will get an email and it will show all of this. So then I can, if I get the email and I'm not in TravelJoy, I can go in and view the client, but I am in TravelJoy. So I'm just going to go back here. And you can see she's not in the list yet because she doesn't actually have a trip. So let's go to Minnie Mouse, and so that the profile has not been updated, but I do know in my, let me go back, I like it this way better. In my messages, so if I go to client messages, she has this information all gets put here. Now, because I didn't have a trip created, that's why it didn't actually create a trip for me or update the trip information. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to see if you guys have questions. You can put them in the chat. The app is not free, Sherry. It's $30 a month. I don't think is she still on here? Yeah, it's $30 a month. I don't know if there's a discount to pay annually. I imagine there probably is, but I just was paying by the month because I was trying to decide if I wanted to keep it or not. Okay. So that's where we're at right now. We have a client. We've sent her the form, the inquiry form. And now what I can do is I can go back out here and I can create a trip. With the trip, you can pick a photo. You can pick anything out of what they have listed here. You can go out and download and then upload a photo yourself if you wanted to. I'm just going to pick a city photo. Okay, so that's going to be my cover photo for the trip. So anytime that the client receives anything, they're going to get a picture of that photo. And then I want Minnie Mouse is going to be the primary traveler. And then Minnie Mouse trip Las Vegas. If you want, you can create more trip details. If you don't have it, you don't have to put this information in here, but let's go ahead and put it the start and end date. And it's Las Vegas. Number of travelers is $2,500 for both. Okay, so now I'm going to create the trip. And you can see over here that this is what's always going to display. So you know that it's Minnie Mouse's trip to Las Vegas. So Minnie has another person going on the trip. So we're going to add, oops, edit travelers. So we're going to add Mickey, but Mickey's not in the system yet. So I'm going to add him here. And he's also going to have some email address. And then if you want to have that traveler added on all emails, you can just check this to default so that he's getting them as well. So you want to click add and save. So now we know these are the two travelers on this trip. Okay. Okay, so now we have to build out the trip for them. How many of you, do you guys charge fees before you start trip planning? Yes, no, thumbs up. Okay, I knew you did. Okay, well, let me show you how to do that. So what we're in right here is Minnie's trip. Let me go back to the dashboard so you can see. Now she is, this is the individual trip. We just have one. Right now it's in the inquiry stage and it's waiting on me. So now I need to connect with Minnie on the phone. And the way that I keep track of what I need to do next is with my tasks. So you can add tasks on the fly if you want. There's also a standard task list that you can import. And I'll show you what's in that. So now all of this is in there as far as tasks go. You can put in due dates. The one that I need is phone consult with the client. So I'm going to quick add that. And I'm actually going to move it to the top. So, but then I'm going to go in and the due date is, let's say she's scheduled for tomorrow, and change the time to, I don't know, 4:30. And I can put any notes. Here's a place for any notes for this task. You can set it up to remind you at 8 a.m. on the day of that you will need to call her. Okay. So I don't know. Oh, I know why. Let's sort it so that the due date is. It's because I don't have other due dates. We'll just do it backwards. Okay, so now I've talked with, let me go back here to messages. Okay, so we are still in the inquiry mode. I need to change it to the follow-up mode. And now I'm going to follow up with the client on the phone. So now I get her on the phone and I find out more information and I basically tell her, great, it sounds like I can, get you what you need. I let you know, I just charge a $35 planning fee. So I'm going to be sending you a credit card authorization to charge your card for $35. I do all of that through TravelJoy, but let me show you how to do it if you're using Square. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to go over here and I'm going to create a supplier invoice. Okay. And the supplier is going to be Square. So at the top, I'm going to add trip planning fee is in here. And you can put whatever you want as the description. And then the date, I must have added this date. So tomorrow is when I'm going to do this. Trip planning fee Square. So that she knows that it will be coming from Square. Invoice name is Square trip planning fee for next travel. And then, so I've got the item here, $35, and then I have add payment. And that means that they need to make this payment. So let's preview it and look and see what it looks like. So now with the credit card authorization, this is what they will. So you have, I believe you can put. I thought you could put the description there of the supplier. Okay. So this is what they're going to see. And it all looks okay. So now I'm going to save and review. And this is the invoice for trip planning fee. And then I'm going to send it. So with every email, you're going to, it has it set up so that it attaches a document to it if it's necessary. So with the invoice authorization payment email, it automatically has it set up so that they will see the invoice. So let me go over here to, all right, so now I go in, she sees this, I open the invoice, or the client opens the invoice, and now she can ask a question or she can authorize payment. Now she selects, I don't know if you can get rid of that. I haven't figured that out yet, but it works if you have a payment plan that you want to use, like if you're using VAX or whatever. So then the client comes in and they add a credit card. Just going to add my credit card. Okay, so whoops, phone number, and then I'm going to save the credit card real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to authorize the payment. I'm going to sign it. I can either type it or draw my name, whichever. And by signing, I understand this is a legally binding contract. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to authorize the payment. Now, that does not charge the card. That just goes out and it checks to make sure that it's a valid credit card. Now I get a notification back here that I need to process the supplier payment. Okay. So now I can go to view this invoice and no, sorry, wrong place. Go back to my dashboard, go here. Okay, so she has authorized the payment at $35, the name on the card, and then the card ending N. Now, I go in here to the payment info, and then then I click on show credit card, and then that gives me all the credit card information. So now I can go over to Square and put the information in there. Okay. Okay, so now she's paid the fee, the planning fee. The next step is now I'm going to go do my research. I'm going to come back. I'm going to create a trip. There's two ways you can create a trip. You can create a proposal or a smart proposal. Let me show you how to do the proposal, the regular proposal. So basically with the regular proposal, you can upload a file. You can do a web link. So if you have like, I don't know, you have, I don't know which ones actually provide an itinerary, but you could send them to a link and show them the itinerary there. Or you can actually do a document and do it all inside of here. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to upload two files that I have. Where's my... Okay, so Minnie Mouse. There's two options I've provided for her for Las Vegas. And then when it has more than one file in here, this will automatically check so that the client has to choose which itinerary they approve. I'm not going to put anything in here because I have two itineraries. I'll show you what it looks like. So now she can come out here. She can choose A or B. It's hard to tell that I'm changing, but I am. So this is for the Sahara and this is for the Golden Nugget. So now I'm going to save and review. I'm going to send it to her. And then now I'm waiting on the client. So this changed to waiting on the client and the proposal is sent. So now the client gets the email. Okay, so now the client gets the email, they view it, and they can approve the proposal, A or B. So let's say she selects B. I come back in here. Come on. Here we go. I come back in here, find the right tab. Go to Minnie Mouse's trip. The proposal's been approved. Now she's waiting on me. Now that's the old way of doing it in TravelJoy, but the way that I like to do it is to actually do the smart proposal. And you can type in Las Vegas, then you can put whatever you want. And then what you can do is as you build, let's say you send a lot of people to the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, or you use a lot of the same all-inclusives, you can build a library so that you don't have to always build the same pictures and things like that over and over again. So this is going to consist of sections. The first section I'm going to call, you can do it by date. You can put a date in there, or you can do it by lodging. So if I'm going to provide two options for lodging, I'm going to add 2 items under here. So this is going to be, I always try to type over there. You got to type over here. Golden Nugget. Whoops. And then you put the address in, blah, 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 check in, 31st, check out, for room type. And then you can put a description here, whatever you want. And then what I really like is you can add a YouTube video if you want. You can add photos. You can drag and drop them in here. You can put in a URL and it'll go out there and find the photos. I've used it for this hotel and it doesn't work. So it doesn't always work. But let me go out to my photos and no. Not what I want. Okay, so I have 3 photos that I'm just going to drag and drop in here. And then when you preview, oops. Doesn't like something I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So you can preview the proposal and it will show you the lodging with the pictures. Go back. I'm going to add another section. Whoops. I don't want to add enough. I want to add an item. So this time I'm going to add the Sahara. Oops. So I've done this before. Same dates, check in, check out. room type, suite, there's more information. And then I don't have any photos for that right now. Let's just go pick something. So now I can add another section. Let's say they want to do tours. Let's name the tours. So I can put optional tours in here, add my item, activity, and then if you want to go to your Viator and get a link, you can. And then I just put this in here. And then I just put my link right here. And then put, if you want to put the pictures. So now here is your proposal, basically. You can pick from one of these two. You can do optional tours. You can also add the dollar amount of the where can I do that? Can't see my whole screen right now. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. I didn't do it when I started it. I wonder if I have to do it when I start it. Anyway. Okay, so let's say you want to add something to the library. You can come over here and add the golden nugget to your library so you can start building a library of options as well. Okay, let's say I'm done with the proposal. I'm going to share it. I'm going to send it, but I'm going to send it in an email. You can save it as a PDF. You can copy the link. I'm going to send it out to her. And then go to my email. Click the link. And then, wait a minute, did I pick the wrong one? It's probably because I have two of them in there. And I can't see anything. What's going on? Why? Okay, they should be able to see it. I don't know what I just did. It's really hard to see with these controls in the way. Okay, so that's basically how you move through the stages of TravelJoy and creating a trip. You would do the invoicing the same way that I did for the direct for the planning fee. So I can create an invoice, a supplier invoice now, and I can go, I'm going to do Fun Jet Vacations, Las Vegas. I'm going to add my item. We're going to do the package, and the package is going to be Las Vegas Fun Jet Vacations. The description is hotel, car, flights, etc. The cost is $2,500. And then what I want to do is if I want to add payments, I can add multiple payments. I can do a deposit. So the deposit's $500. I can tell them when it's due. The final amount is $2,000 and the final due date. And then I can create a schedule. So then I have to delete this to make it match. So the $2,500 has to match the total amount here. And then I can send it, save and review email, send it. And then they'll go through that process again. Oh, Monica. So would we put the website URL, not the share with client link? I would recommend share with client link. If you're going to do that with the Viator. The other thing I want to show you is, let me get out of here and actually go into the one that has my clients in it for now. Real quickly, because I want to show you. Actually, let me go to my website. Okay, so on my website, under services, they can select different kinds of itineraries. So let's say they just want, they want to do a custom itinerary. And then I have embedded the form here. And this is what my form looks like. And then I ask them to schedule a time this way. So now that gets put into my, automatically gets put into my client travel. Okay, I need to log out of here. I know. All right, so this is what I have done with my forms. Your forms is where all your information, like the ones with default, I left them so that they'll always be there. But what I did was I made a copy and then I changed the name and then I added fields, or I took fields away. So let's do this test client inquiry. We'll just do this. So now, maybe I want to, maybe I want to add, what would I want to add? Maybe important dates or something. Let's just pick that. And then they always get added at the bottom, but then you can move them up as you need. And then you save it. So you just move them up the list. So now you have your own form and you can always preview what it looks like. So. Let's see. You can create additional items for your invoices. Oh, and emails. One thing that I did was I added a full, what was it? I added a confirmation. So when they go online, this is what they'll see when they submit. So you can, there's all kinds of ways that you can modify and adapt these to what you need them to do. Let me go into back here. Get out of here for a second. Go back. Let me show you inside of here, you have a place where all the files are stored. So when they upload their passports or you get their driver's license, that kind of stuff, you can put any notes in here and supplier messages. So let's say you're going back and forth with a supplier on this particular trip. That's all stored in here as well. Okay. Oh, what website did I use to create my website? I actually used Wix.com. And I did not use the free version. I actually paid for it. Okay, I am going to stop recording.